All right, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, Shalom Yom. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach them one of these last days and who are the true leaders of the nation of Israel. I want to give a strong shalom to the Akim on the four corners of the earth, puts the word of truth and sincerity, making the call and election sure. And I want to give a humble salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, this is Brother Mashal. Come back up to the quick lesson to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai. I want to thank the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Shai for having the mercy for allowing me to do this lesson. And this lesson is going to be entitled, wickedness. Wickedness has to be removed in order for righteousness to be established. Okay, so we see the wickedness dissipated. You know what I mean? Everything that the scriptures say is and prophesied. The prophets prophesied, these things thousands of years ago. And it's coming to fruition in the last days, like I said in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. That though it tarry, wait for it. It shall not tarry. All right, so this system is built off of wickedness. All right, and what's happening is it's slowly being dismantled. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Shai is weakening this nation. Okay, this money system is in the trash. All right, inflation is about to happen. It's already happening, but it's gonna get even worse than this. You got wars, rumors of wars. NATO it may is gonna get dragged into this war with Ukraine and Russia. And you never know. We never know how we know that we're close to the end. But we never know how close we are. We just gotta watch these prophecies, and that's all Yahweh Shai say. Just stay ready. You know what I'm saying? Keep your garments clean. And that's all we can do. Is hold fast to what we have. You know what I'm saying? And let the prophecies play out. All right. So the point is that this wickedness is dissipating. Coming down, and righteousness is being established. You see the tabernacle of David being risen. You're saying brothers and sisters waking up in droves. And the vibration being pushed out is got Esau's knees buckling, man. Yahweh Bashim Shai is hitting him with that Iris and crossover, man. Esau ain't got no balance. Ain't got no rhythm, so his ankle's getting broken, man. And to the point where it's gonna be, that's when he's gonna really come down with that full rage, and then we're gonna go through Jacob's trouble, right? So that's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be a rough day, but when we're in Jacob's trouble, that's how where Esau has hit rock bottom, because he's gonna come down with great wrath, because he knows that he had but a short time, and that's starting right now. All right, so wickedness has to be taken out in order for righteousness to be established. All right, so we're gonna get some precepts, and Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. All right, we're gonna start off in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. And the 26th verse. It says, and this is the angel Uriel talking to Ezra. Okay, it says, verse 26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away. You see, so the what did it say? The world hasteth fast to pass away, man. The world of Esau, man. His rulership, his structure. All right, the ways of the ancient Romans, man. All right, all that's is crumbling, man, like a wet cookie. All right, all of this is being brought down. Okay, but slowly but surely, and we see this. This is all faith boosters, man. All right, all these prophecies that we see happening, through your course of studying, the elders and the apostles always talk about, how when they were, in the school in One West, Certain teachers will always go to prophetic scriptures, every couple of weeks, and so that way they would get it, man. We learn through repetition. So this is why study is important. This is why watching lessons is important, right? Because of that repetition. Now you hear it, and then like, damn, that's a fire precept. Then next thing you know, you hear it again. Like, now I know exactly where it's at. We learn through repetition. All right. So when we see these things, when we read these things and we study these things, then we see the stuff playing out and physically manifesting. That's just a faith booster. All right. And we see the downfall of this system. All right. So it says, for the world hates as fast to pass away. This world, man, this wicked society that Esau has built through the power of Hashatan, okay, through the blessings of the Most High Yahweh, because He's given this world and this opportunity for Esau to fulfill prophecy, because the prophecy say that that the blessing that Isaac had given Esau was that he would have the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven. So of course so in the last days he will run the whole world. Okay. Verse 27. And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Okay. So this world is full of unrighteousness, man, and infirmities, man. So in order for righteousness to be established, all of this has to be taken out. All of this has to be removed, man. The Apostle Paul said that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Well, a little wickedness, makes the righteousness unfruitful. All right. Because you can't have wickedness mixed with righteousness. It's like oil and water. All right, so you got to remove all of that wickedness in order for you to be able to establish righteousness. All right, and it's gonna take after Esau gets removed and all this wickedness. It's gonna take 1,000 years, man. It's gonna take 1,000 years to fully cleanse this place, man. All right, and that's the punishment that Esau's gonna serve, man. And after he cleans up all his garbage and all this stuff, then he's out of here, man. Okay, but this has to happen in order for righteousness to be established. Verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou asketh me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Okay, so this is why the scriptures say in Revelation, let me get that real quick. Let me hold that. Revelation 11. It's like not Revelation 11. Revelation 18, Salakia. Revelation 18. And verse 4. Let's see, do I want to start at verse 4? I'll start at verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And that's talking about America, Babylon the Great. Okay, the Lord through the John the Revelator is saying, to come out of the ways of Babylon, so that way you won't get the judgment that Babylon is going to get. Okay, it says, verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Okay, so this place has been so wicked that the sins of Babylon the Great has reached unto the heavens, man. Okay, and this is why the angel told Ezra, 2 Ezra 4 verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, the evil is sown. See, so the Esau's sins have reached unto heaven. Okay, but it says, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. So it's not the time for Esau, to be destroyed yet. All right, we still have to go through a proving process. Okay, we still have to get ourselves right. All right, so this is why we have this grace to do these things. Okay, but the wickedness is going to be taken out sooner rather than later. All right, and not only the wicked Edomites, right, but the wicked of our people. Okay, 2/3 of our people are going to be taken out also. Anything wicked, man. The alphabet community, they getting taken out, right? All these big cigarette companies, that they're getting taken out, right? All these seafood places, they getting taken out. I mean, everything is going to be clean, wiped out, man. Okay, let me get a quick precept. Let's go to let's go to 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come to a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. You see, so the elements are gonna be burnt up, man. Okay, so the pollution in the air, all the trash all over the place. You know what I'm saying? All this is wicked, man. All right, so all of this has to be removed, man. We don't even know what clean air feels like, man. Why do you think we got so many asthma problems and all type of breathing problems? All right, because of the pollution in the air, the food that we're eating, man. Okay, and inhaling stuff that we shouldn't be inhaling. All right, and instead of Esau stopping his wickedness, what does he do, man? He hands you his pharmakia, man. His pharmaceuticals. All right, asthma inhalers and stuff like that, man. All right, and putting your my son, he had he has a breathing problem. I mean, he has to take like steroids and stuff like that. I don't have no control over that. But it's like, all this stuff is just wickedness, man. And he instead of repenting and doing and following the laws of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Esau gonna ride his wickedness till his ruin, man. Because that's in the spirit to do that. Okay, so all of the things that are wicked are gonna be replaced, man, and taken out of the way. Yeah, I'm gonna read verse 29 again, 2 Ezra 4:29. If they're Slakia, I'm gonna read verse 28 again. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Verse 29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. You see? So the angel Uriel is telling Ezra that if the wickedness is not taken out of the way, righteousness can't be established. All right, and this is the point of this lesson. Okay, so we have the opportunity to get, first of all, to get ourselves right, because we don't want to be found wicked in the eyes of the Lord, man. Okay, we want to be found blameless. The scriptures say that his elect will be found blameless when he comes back. Okay, so this is what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to eliminate wickedness out of ourselves, man. Purging that wickedness out of ourselves, so we won't get destroyed. This is what the grace is for. This is what grace is for, right? So you're gonna have, particular nations, mainly Esau, Edom, that don't give a damn about it, man. Esau didn't care about his birthright. He didn't care about the Lord. Nothing. All right. Let's go over to the 6th chapter, 2nd Ezra 6, and verse 7. It says, "Then answered I and said," you know what? In verse 7, 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 7, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?" And verse 8, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." All right, so Esau is represents the wicked, okay, and Jacob represents the righteous, beginning with the elect of the house of Jacob. All right, so Esau has to be taken out. Okay, so once Esau's world is in, which is the wickedness, Jacob's world, which is spearheaded by Yahushua, okay, Yahushua is gonna usher in righteousness. Okay, that's why the scriptures say, let's get a quick precept. Proverbs 29 and verse 2, it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." Okay, so right now, the people are mourning, man. It's all type of wars and stuff like that, man. All right, it's all type of hunger and starvation and poverty, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the wicked are in authority. Okay, but when the righteous when the righteous rule, when Yahushua establishes his kingdom, okay, with King David under him, okay, and then the along with the 144,000 elect men, right? That's when righteousness will be established. That's when the people the nations are going to be able to take a deep sigh of relief, man. Okay, this is when the Israelites are going to have rest. Okay, this is when the world is going to rejoice, when righteousness is established. But right now, the people aren't mourning. Why? Because the wicked is ruling right now. Was that in the 2nd Ezra? Yeah, kind. You know what? Let's go to Malachi, the 1st chapter. Malachi 1 and verse 4, it says, let's start at verse 3. I'm sorry, verse 2. It says, "I have loved you, saith Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Yea, you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord have indignation forever." You see? So Esau is the border of wickedness, okay? So he's the beginning of wickedness and the ending of wickedness. All right? And he's been ruling these nations in anger, man. Okay? The scriptures say in Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, that he's the hammer of the earth. Okay, so he's ruling these nations in anger, man. Okay, because why? Because he has instilled that fear in all these nations. Okay, through the power of Hashatan, man. All right. Let's go to Revelation 21 and verse 1. It says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea." You see, so the first heaven and the first earth were this rulership. So John the Revelator saw that after the destruction was over. He said, "Hey, it looked like a lake of fire, man." You know, so Esau in his system is gonna be wiped out, man. All right, and it has to be completely wiped out in order for righteousness to be established, man. You can't have it both ways. All right, you can't have it both ways. Let's go to Daniel, the 2nd chapter. And we're gonna jump around a little bit for the sake of time. This is the dream of Nebuchadnezzar and Daniel's interpretation of it. Okay, through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. All right. Let's jump to Daniel 2, and I'm gonna get to the point. Verse 32. I'm gonna start at verse 31. "Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The image's head was fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, and his feet part of iron and part of clay." Okay, so in verse 32, the image of the head was fine gold. That represents the Babylonian captivity. His breast and his arms of silver. That represents the Medo-Persian captivity. Okay, it says that his belly and his thighs of brass. That represents the Greeks. Okay, and then it says his legs of iron. Okay, and that represents the Romans. All right, and it says that his feet were part iron and part clay. Okay, so Daniel is gonna give the interpretation of what this is talking about. So we're gonna jump to verse 36. "This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king." Let's jump to verse 40. It says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things." Why? Because that represents the strength of the Roman military. Okay, and it was taking over, kingdoms left and right, man. All right, so it was strong as iron because it breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, man. It was no stopping the Roman military until it spread itself too thin, just like the modern Romans are doing right now. Being in all, the scriptures say that he was not a keeper at home. All right, so just like the ancient Romans spread their military too thin, this is the same thing that's happening to the modern Romans, man. All right, it says and as iron that breaketh all these, it shall break in pieces and bruise. Verse 41, it says, "And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay." Okay, so what's happening is that the interpretation of what Daniel's seeing is the fall of the modern Roman system, which is what we're in right now. Okay, so the part iron represents the Romans, right? But it's the modern day Romans. Okay, and now we see what this clay represents is how easily it's going to be broken. All right, so we see people, countries or nations leaving out of the European Union. All right, Great Britain. You got Turkey was you know, had some problems with you know, with the European Union, right? In Esau's, you know, I had just put a what's it called, an article in the group chat, you know, about, you know, that Florida is saying that they don't want to you know, give the jab to children. All right, and this ties into prophecy in Isaiah the 19th chapter. You know, that the Egyptians shall fight against the Egyptians. Right? So the construct of America is crumbling in America, and the allies that they built, you know, to join forces because when Russia was the USSR, you know, they formed NATO to help to back each other up. Now these countries and nations are leaving. Okay, so this is why the feet are part iron and part clay. Okay. And let's jump down to Slakia. Let's go to verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Okay, so you're gonna have NATO is still strong through the because of America. Okay, because of the military might of America. All right, but it's gonna be partly broken. All right, because the scriptures say that the in Revelation that the beast shall hate the whore. America is the whore that's riding on the beast. The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, is talking about the European Union. Okay, NATO being NATO being the seven heads in the European Union. Slakia, I'm having a brain fart. NATO would be the 7 heads, and the European Union would be the 10 toes. The European Union represents the financial aspect of the beast, and NATO represents the military part of the beast. Okay. So America keeps that military part strong. Okay, that's why it says that it should be partly strong, but also partly broken, because after a while these nations are going to start hating America. They're going to start defecting from the European Union. Okay, from the alliance, from the what's the word? Not compromise, but you know, when everybody's is in allegiance with each other. Okay, and it says it says verse 45. I'm going to jump to verse 45. It says, for as much as I saw that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Okay, and that stone represents Yahushua. Okay, because he is the chief cornerstone. Okay, so through the power of the Most High Yahweh, he's going to use Yahushua to break in pieces the feet of this beast, right? This image. Okay, because when you take the feet out, you know, it ruins the whole construct of the whole body, because your feet keep the balance of the whole body. Okay, so when you take the feet out, you know, you basically take out the whole body. All right. So this is what Yahushua is going to do, is be that rock, you know, to destroy the feet of this beast. Okay, and the feet represents the modern day America in the beast system. Okay. Let's go to Job real quick, and we're gonna wrap it up in a second. Job 14 and verse 4. It says, "Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one." Okay, so you can't bring a clean thing out of an unclean. So this is why you're gonna have a complete annihilation of wickedness, and righteousness will be able to be established. Okay, you don't plant you don't plant a bed of flowers on concrete, because the roots don't have anything to grow, to hold on to. It can't entrench itself into concrete. Okay, so once you remove that concrete and you expose the soil, now when you plant those flowers, the roots can grow. The roots can be entrenched into the soil, get all the nutrients, all right, and it'll be able to prosper. And that's the same thing that's coming with the kingdom of heaven. But in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established, that concrete, which is the wickedness, has to be broken, torn apart, and removed in order for the righteousness, which represents the soil, for the kingdom of heaven to be established. All right, and let's get the last one real quick that just came to mind. Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 15. It says, "That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered." All right, so this whole place is crooked, man. Okay, this whole place is perverse. It's a shame, man. It's an embarrassment. Okay, and it's not putting, you can't put the pieces back together, man. Okay, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. All right, this whole place is crooked, man, and you're not gonna be able to make it straight again. You're gonna have to take all that out, and then you'll be able to put the straightness of the kingdom of heaven where it has to be, okay, which is here on earth, man. And that's what the elect is patiently waiting for. All right, that's it. So Lord willing, such was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory and infinite worship to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash, L'Olam Yom. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. We'll say Kwame Sharala, Ababa Ball, Shalom.